Stop the insanity. Get focused on what really matters in life. Your faith, your family, your finances, and your future. Now sit back and change the trajectory of your life. This is Money for Life, brought to you by the 100-Year Savings Solution. Are you concerned about the markets? Stop taking unnecessary risks with your money while also getting great benefits. Visit us at 100yearsavings.com. Now, let's welcome your Money for Life hosts, Teresa Kuhn and Rick Sapio.
Hello, everyone. This is Teresa Kuhn with Money for Life. Today, we're going to talk about the 100-Year Savings Solution and why I'm so excited to beat this drum for as many years as I've been beating the drum. I've been talking about this product now for over 15 years. I have been in financial services for over 30 years, which is a lifetime really in terms of a career. And I have no intentions of going anywhere. I'm probably going to be around for another 30 years beating the same drum. And why do I beat the drum? And why am I so excited about the 100-Year Savings Solution? Well, first of all, let's talk about philosophy, because I believe everything stems from what your philosophy is, what your opinion, what your belief is about something. And when it comes to financial services and the kind of products and strategies and solutions that I wanted to bring to my client, they had to be aligned with my philosophy. And my philosophy is the quality of someone's life is in direct proportion to the quality of options that they have. And of course, this is so true when it comes to money and finances. You know, the people that you know that don't have many options in life when it comes to money, the choices that they've made have limited their options. They don't live a very fulfilling life. They don't seem to be empowered. But when you meet someone who's got a lot of options, and if strategy A doesn't work out, they've got strategy B and they've got backup plan after backup plan after backup plan, that's someone that can navigate the world very, very empowered. And so my number one overarching philosophy for my financial services business and for the advisors that work with us and for our clients is that we want to bring you strategies and solutions that open up options for you, that give you more options than you have today. I'm here to tell you that 100-Year Savings Solution gives you more options than I think any other financial strategy out there. Let's break it down. Just give me the facts, fam, right? Let's break it down. Number one, we're talking about your safe money. Where do you have your safe money today? Is it sitting in savings? Is it sitting in cash under your mattress? Is it sitting in a money market account? Is it sitting in your investment account? Are you investing money that you think it really should be allocated towards safety, your safe money, your emergency reserves, your, oh my gosh, if the world comes to an end, I know I'm okay with this money? Well, if it's sitting in any one of those places and it should be allocated towards savings, all you're getting is either risk if it's an investment or dollar for dollar, whatever the amount is in that savings account. That's it. That's all it's doing for you. You move those dollars into the 100-Year Savings Solution. Day one, what do you have? You have life insurance, right? You die, it pays your beneficiaries. You have access to your death benefit while you're living. If you need access to cash, just like your savings account, you can still access your cash. No problem. It's your money. You can access it at any time without providing any reason whatsoever. It's your money. And a really cool feature about accessing your cash. Have you heard of the concept called compounding interest? Well, of course you have. Well, when you tap into your savings account because you've got an emergency, you need to take cash out, does that money still work for you? Of course not. Well, guess what? With a 100-Year Savings Solution, you get the benefit of uninterrupted compounding. Those dollars continue to work for you as if you had not taken that money out at all. I know, sounds too good to be true. I get it. Again, the companies we work with have been around for over 100 plus years. What I'm saying is nothing new. It's just a really cool feature of our policies. So we've talked about accessing your cash at any time. We've talked about uninterrupted compounding, how if you do access the money, how it continues to work for you. So if you've got a major medical issue, cancer, heart issues, cardiac issues, stroke issues, like something major, you can access your life insurance to help pay for those expenses. And it's not on a reimbursed plan. It's not like, oh, I had $20,000 worth of expenses. Now I can tap into $20,000 from my life insurance. No, there is a limit based on each client's profile, right? Each client's policy, the amount that you can take out. If you cannot perform 2 activities of daily living, in some worlds, this is called long-term care. I'm not talking about long-term care. It's actually called chronic illness. If you cannot perform 2 activities of daily living, then you can tap into the life insurance while you're living to help pay for expenses of taking care of you. Now, I do want you to think about your policies and the 100-year savings solution as money that is like your last soldier standing, right? It's your last asset standing. It's not the asset that I want you to tap into if you've got a car repair or if you've got, some exotic trip you want to go on. You can absolutely. But if you've got other resources to pay for those expenses, I want you to think about your 100-year savings solution as your last man standing, because it can do so much for you that no other asset can do. Did you know that the money inside of your policy, it does grow very nicely? And for most people, I'm going to give a general answer because depending on your age and your health, the return is going to be slightly different. But I'm going to say it's anywhere between 3.5% and 4% compounded annually, which I know you're thinking, in my savings account, I'm not even getting 0.5%. Totally get that. But did you know that in your savings account, those dollars that you are earning, you've got to pay taxes on every single year, whether you use it or not? Well, with the 100-year savings solution, if you do not tap into those dollars, if you keep those dollars growing, your gains are tax-deferred. So you're not incurring a taxable event every single year, even though the money in your policy, of course, is growing more than your money in your savings. So another thing to remember about the life insurance, if you put $100,000 into the 100-year savings solution, more than likely you're going to have at least $150,000 or $200,000 and sometimes $300,000 worth of life insurance, again, depending on your age and depending on your health, right? You are leveraging your money, where if you needed to tap into your cash for whatever reason, you've got more life insurance to make up those dollars for a future expense or even for your family. You can't do that with money in your savings account. Just doesn't happen. You tap into that $100,000 in your savings account, you take out $25,000, guess what's left over? $75,000. You tap into your money in your policy, you're going to have more dollars. That's why we say your savings deserve more. It doesn't make sense to have money in your savings when you can get so much more with your policy. So much more with the 100-year savings solution. Let me give you another example of another option that you may not have thought of. If you start out with $100,000 and $200,000 of death benefit, let's just keep the math super simple. Every year, as your policy grows, your death benefit grows. So let's say 10 years down the road, 15 years down the road, you need to tap into that life insurance because you've got some major medical issues. And your life insurance has grown to $250,000. What if you tapped into $50,000 of that life insurance? You're still leaving your family twice as much as what you started with. Your savings deserve more than what you're getting. And you know what? When it comes to your cash growing, the insurance company guarantees that it's going to grow by a certain amount every single year. We call this increase in cash value. And the companies we work with also pay a dividend on top of that guarantee increase. Now, they've been around for over 100 plus years. They've never missed a year, not 1 year paying dividends. And if they do in the future, it doesn't matter. You still get your guarantee. Another thing that you could do with your money in your policy is supplement your retirement income at any time. Again, it's access to your cash on your terms when you need it, when you want it. You want to take a vacation. You want to pay for a wedding. You want to give a gift to a child or a grandchild. My father has this policy. He's got 3 grandsons. He now has 1 grandchild. And he set up one of these policies many years ago, and he allocated a certain amount of money just for the grandsons, for the 3 grandsons. And guess what? His grandson, his oldest, bought a house this year, needed some money for the down payment. So he gave him the money from the policy. And guess what? If my father were to die, the death benefit that would go to that grandchild is just reduced by the money that he took out for the down payment. But what a beautiful way to allocate a gift to family members, grandchildren, children, great-grandchildren, right? It's beautiful. You can also use it to pay college expenses or mortgage payments or investment properties. We have tons of clients who use the policies for investing. I'll give you an example. If you were to buy a piece of real estate and you need to put a down payment, or you were thinking of paying cash, take that cash, put it in the 100-year savings solution, borrow it out, and you now have 2 assets working for you. The asset that you purchased and the asset that you created when you put the money into the 100-year savings solution. Now, in some circumstances, you may want to pay the money back into the policy, but that's a case-by-case basis depending on how old you are, your health, how much money you put into the policy, how much money you took out to buy the investment property. And our 100-year savings solutions professionals have been working with this product and with these scenarios for a very long time. We can guide you and walk you through the process. And actually, it is quite simple how it works. So those are just some of the highlights on how the 100-year savings solution works. And I'm going to ask you just a couple questions. Hey, would you prefer cash, your savings, your emergency funds to grow on your terms, right? Do you want more for your money than what you're currently getting? Would you like to have your cash grow uninterrupted? Would you like your cash to continue compounding uninterrupted if you had to access those dollars? Do you want higher earnings, or do you want to continue settling for so little from your banks and your financial institutions? Do you want to pay taxes on your earnings, on your savings every year, even though you're not spending those dollars? Does having a guarantee increase in cash plus the potential for dividends interest you? Do you want access to the life insurance while you're living to cover some major medical expenses? Or would you rather your hard-earned cash pay for those expenses? No leverage there. Again, you have $100,000 in your savings, you only have $100,000 for those expenses. Does market volatility concern you? Or are you okay with putting your cash, reserves, emergency funds, savings at risk? If you answered any of those questions with a resounding yes, get with one of our 100-year savings professionals, have a conversation, see how it can work for you. I guarantee you will not be wasting your time. Find out what you're missing. Thank you so much for joining me today with the 100-year savings solution and Money for Life.
You have just experienced the Money for Life podcast, brought to you by the 100-year savings solution. Implement these strategies today and create a life by design. For more information, visit 100yearsavings.com. Have a blessed day.